Welcome back to Center Ice. I have Coach Cavanaugh here with me. Thanks for coming back to the show, Coach.
Thanks for having me, Emily.
All right, now the puck has officially dropped. The season is underway. You traveled to Minnesota State, played a very good team there, lost 2-1 in the first, 6-1 in the second. Can you take us through those first two games?
Sure. In fact, all three games we've played have been against opponents that played in the national tournament last year. Minnesota State has an excellent club. They're picked to win the WCHA this year, and they're led by their sophomore goaltender, who was the WCHA goalie of the year last year as a freshman. We played a terrific game Friday night. We lost 2-1. Had a puck behind the goaltender late in the game with the goalie pulled, and was really proud of the effort from the kids. The next night they wore us down. It was 3-1 going into the third period, and they got 3 goals in the third to make it a 6-1 game. But what I was really encouraged about was this Friday night when we took on Union. We got down 2-0, and it was almost carbon copy of the way the Minnesota State game finished, but we were able to turn that around and tie the game up in the second period, and as we know, it finished 2-2, but it was a great effort.
So what have you learned about this team in those first 3 games that gives you hope moving forward?
Well, we have a lot of competitors, is one thing, and I've been really impressed with our senior leadership. Jordan Sims and Billy Latta, Matt Grogan in goal, and when we get Brant Harris back, I know he'll be as dominant a leader as those 3 have been, but they've really done a terrific job of, when you get a new coach and a new system, sometimes it's hard to accept the change, but they've done a fantastic job of bringing everybody aboard and making sure that we all buy into the change and move forward as a group.
It was a really fun atmosphere at Farida's on Friday night, a packed house, a lot of energy. You've been in a lot of big-time games with great atmospheres. How much did the Husky faithful help that game along?
I wanted to commend them. I thought, I said after the game, I was excited by their passion, and I really believe that when we scored that goal, when Billy Latta scored the goal to make it 2-1, the energy in the building really propelled us, and we scored as you say, a greasy goal. We got a rebound. Tyler Bouchard scored one to make it 2-2, and the excitement in the building was great throughout the whole game, and I hope that continues.
And the one guy who was noticeably missing, you mentioned before, Brant Harris, who was on our very first episode, out due to injury. How has he been handling that, and how much does that affect the dynamics of your team?
He's handling it as well as you can. It was certainly disappointing for him the week before the season starts to sprain that MCL, but he got good news last week that the sprain wasn't as bad as they originally thought, and he actually was on the ice Friday night before our game. He did a skate, and they're going to move him along this week, and we're hoping to get him back in the middle of November.
I'm sure that Husky fans will be really happy to hear that. Now, another guy who has stood out is senior forward Jordan Sims, who really has had a great season so far. He's scored or had an assist in each game. What do you like about his play, and how important will he be moving forward?
Jordan's a 3-zone player. He's really detailed in his defensive zone. He takes pride in the neutral zone, and offensively he scored a power play goal. He set up Billy Latta's goal. That was a very heads-up play. Tyler Cook made a great breakout pass to Jordan, and his head was up right away, and he sprung Billy for the breakaway. He's doing all the little things in all 3 zones for us right now.
We'll have sophomore forward Tyler Bouchard on the show a little bit later, a local kid from Glastonbury, Connecticut. He scored that game-tying goal against Union. What can you tell us about Tyler?
One thing Tyler brings to our team is a lot of energy, and it starts every day with practice. He's always in there, and he's always joking and laughing with players, so I really like that, how he keeps the room loose. He has excellent skill, offensive skill. He shoots the puck probably as well as anybody on our team, and I see probably down the road him getting some power play time. He's been a great addition to our club, and it's nice to have a Connecticut kid on the team, him being the only one.
Always. Now the Huskies are home for the next 4 games here, which is nice. This weekend we have Army on Friday night, Sacred Heart on Saturday. Can you give us a preview of those 2 games, what we have in store for the weekend?
Well, I know Brian Riley very well. He's the coach of the Army team, and any Brian Riley coach team is going to be hard-nosed, and they're going to compete. So I expect a very physical game Friday night against Army. They had a tough loss at Merrimack over the weekend. Sacred Heart upset Lowell, who was #1 in the country early on, so they've got off to a good start this year, and I know they've beaten Bentley in league as well. So we're expecting our hands to be full this weekend with 2 quality opponents.
Well, I know Husky fans are all looking forward to having you guys home for a while, so thanks so much for being here on the show and getting us ready for the next couple weeks.
Thanks, Emily. Look forward to it.
All right, now let's take a look at the first couple weeks of UConn Ice Hockey highlights.
it to Jordan Sims. Sims ahead for Latta. Latta has to step in all alone. He scores! Billy Latta, backhand, forehand, and he beats Sakalaropoulos. Huskies are on the board. Puck loose in front. Bouchard, Norris, and Skiba in the area for Connecticut. Neither one of them could get a hold on it, and now Skiba sending his man hard into the wall. That was Noah Henry as he took a spill. Skiba takes a shoulder. Norris working around to high and wrap around, try, they score! Tyler Bouchard gets the equalizer.
We have sophomore forward Tyler Bouchard joining us on the show now. Thanks for joining us today.
Thanks for having me.
Now, you notched that game-tying goal against Union this weekend. Can you take us through that play, what you saw on it, and what it was like for you scoring such a crucial goal in front of a great home crowd?
Yeah, the puck kind of was loose in the corner there, and Brett Skiba kind of buried a kid. And loose puck came out, Norris brought it to the net, kind of flipped out in front, got not really full wood on it, but it slipped through, so it definitely felt good to get the first one of the season for myself and, you know, put the team in a good position for the game, so it was exciting.
And you had 6 goals and 6 assists in your freshman year. What are your expectations for yourself and for the team for this season?
For myself, I definitely want to produce a little bit more. I want to maybe have a bigger role in the team, stats-wise. And, I mean, early start is good. Got one in the first 3 games, so hopefully just keep rolling with that. And for the team, I think we got a really good team this year. A lot of good freshmen, and our older guys have pretty good leadership. So I think we'll have a good year. I mean, we start conference play this weekend, which is exciting for us, too, and hopefully get rolling with a couple wins.
And you've had 3 games now under this new coaching staff. Can you talk a little bit about what the dynamics are with this new staff and how you're liking it so far?
It's a little bit different. They want to play a real fast transition game, which, you know, we have some real fast guys. Obviously, Harry kind of chirped me for not being too fast, but I'm working with it. So I think everyone's excited, you know, start fresh, and I think we'll be a tough team to play in a couple weeks. So we're finally getting it going now.
All right, we want to know a little bit more about who Tyler Bouchard is. Can you give us some background on yourself, where you're from, what other sports you played, what your major is? We want to know who number 12 is on and off the ice.
Well, born and raised in Connecticut, from Glastonbury, and when I'm here, I live with Tyler Cook and Jordan Sims, 2 of my good buddies on the team who had points this weekend, which is good. When I'm not playing hockey, I try and play golf. Both of them play golf too, so it's kind of good in our house. And it's always good for some competition, but major, undecided, still kind of trying to figure out what I want to do, but just easygoing guy, try and have a good time a lot, so that's about it.
All right, Coach Cav said you were high energy and a fun guy to have in the locker room, so
try.
we like that. All right, now you've proven that you can get the job done when the game is on the line, so we're going to put you through something that we call Light the Lamp. All right, so we're going to hit you with a series of questions, and you have to give me the first answer that comes to mind. You ready to go?
I'm ready.
Okay, first question. If you could play any other sport here at UConn, what would it be?
There's a lot of good sports, but I definitely like a bunch of the guys on the golf team and try and play golf, so I'd definitely say the golf team.
What's your handicap?
Not good enough to mention on camera, so.
That's all right. We'll see if you can walk on the team there. Okay, which teammate spends the most time in the penalty box?
Penalty box would definitely have to be Jacob Poe. Very physical guy. Definitely gets in the mix a lot, so, I mean, you can't get too mad at him for it, but he's in there a little bit.
Okay, nice. Who has the best goal celebration?
We got some good ones. I know Billy Latta gets some good breakaway goals like you just did and had a pretty good celly. I try to have good cellies. I don't know how good they actually are. I feel like they're good when I'm doing them, but I'm not positive. So I'd say I'd have to put myself in the top 5 at least. But Billy Latta, I'd say, usually has some pretty good ones.
Okay, nice. And which teammate has the worst goal celebration?
I'd actually have to say probably all of our defensemen because they really don't score that much. Specifically, Cookie, my roommate. He scored a goal last year at RIT, big crowd, and it was a pretty feeble celebration, so gotta pick on him for it for a little while.
We gotta work on it a little.
Yeah, he needs some help.
Okay. All right, which teammate needs to hit the weight room the most?
Weight room, that's a touchy subject, but I'd have to go with Rob Nichols, freshman goalie.
Okay.
I think he might need to get in there a little more.
Okay, very nice. Last question. What is one thing that you want Husky fans to know about your roommate Jordan Sims?
Simmer is a good guy. He's a good friend of mine, but everything he does is about 10 miles an hour slower than me, so usually waiting for him for just about everything. So in the morning we're trying to leave. He's sometimes a little slow. And when we're done with practice at the rink, I'm always waiting for him. So we got to start taking separate cars, I think, to prevent that, so I can get home and maybe take a nap or do some schoolwork. Schoolwork, probably.
Always waiting on Jordan Sims.
Yeah, slow guy. Not on the ice, though.
Oh, well, that's all that really matters in the end, right?
Yeah.
Well, thank you for joining us today, Tyler. I know we're all looking forward to seeing you progress throughout the season and light the lamp a little bit more, so thanks for being here.
All right, thanks for having me.
All right, the Huskies will hit the ice again this weekend. The puck will drop Friday night against Army and Saturday against Sacred Heart. Both games are at 7:05, so we hope to see many of you there at the Fridas Ice Forum. Thanks for tuning into the show. That's all from Center Ice.